Hello and welcome everybody to another Pioneer Masters Draft. I'm Paulcheon and today we are sitting at rank number 19. We have been on a tremendous run as of late. I believe my win rate for December is around 73%, close to 74%. So I feel like things are going to go back down to earth, but you know what? Let's keep it going. Now, this may be one of my last Pioneer Masters drafts. I'm trying to figure out what kind of content to create over the next month or so until the next set comes out. I have been ping-ponging Pioneer Masters and Foundations, and you know, I'm not exactly sure which one people like to see more. I'm playing Pioneer Masters just because it's a little bit newer, but we are now getting to the point where, you know what? Vintage Cube is right around the corner as well. So if you want me to play a specific format, mention it in the comments below. It can even be constructed. Now, before I head into this draft, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by tcgplayer.com. Check out tcgplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. If you want to purchase singles or sealed products at the best price, make sure you check them out. Click that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Additionally, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. So the qualifier weekend is this weekend, and I'm already qualified. Should I play for gems? I'm not sure. Oh, you know what I am sure of, though, is taking this Ashiok. We're kind of at that phase where we haven't played this set enough, and Ashiok, I remember being quite a powerful planeswalker. It just protects itself so well, and it acts as a really great win condition for Dimir control decks. And I haven't really drafted Dimir control, so either I can play this in a Dimir control deck or a multicolor control deck, and I think it'll still be fine. Murmuring Mystic is also a great creature that you can play in any blue shell. Outside of that, what do we have? A common Wild Slash is fine. Gnarlback Rhino and Pilgrim's Eye are all fine. But I do think they're a step behind Ashiok and Murmuring Mystic. And I really want to draft Dimir Control. So let's try the Ashiok and then kind of see where the packs take us. There's a very good chance we just end up more than two colors based on what we see. Now, moving on to this pack here, Undead Butler is a good card, but not as good in Dimir because you typically have a lot more spells. So it's not as ideal here. Triplicate Spirits is a very powerful card, but again, not necessarily ideal in a deck that's looking to draft around the Ashiok. I think I'm just going to take Dreadbore here. It's a really good removal spell, and I think a Grixis control deck could be also on the table here based on what else we see. This is interesting. I actually don't know what card draw effect I want. Maybe it's early enough where I can take Cruel Revival. This is a pretty expensive combat trick, but I don't really want to take Guild Summit this early. None of the other cards really stand out to me. I guess I could take Ghirapur Gearcrafter, but if I want to be Grixis control, I don't know that this is the type of creature that I want to lean into. In Treasure Cruise and Gust of Wind, I'm not going to have enough flyers, I don't think, so I don't love this pick, but let's take the Cruel Revival here and just kind of see where things go, to see if we can draft a super heavy control deck with maybe some zombies. Undead Butler, of course, being one of them. Here we have Crush of Tentacles. I wanted to see if I can get this card to work. 6 mana, return all non-land permanents to their own hand. If the spell's surge cost was paid, I make an octopus. Is this card even good? Maybe the Archaeologist is better. It's got a 51% games in hand win rate. So I actually don't think this might even be good. And Priest of the Bloodrite, I don't like so much if I want to be Grixis, because I won't have too many ways to sacrifice it. So as weird as this is, I think the Archaeologist actually is the perfect cheap creature to play in a Grixis style control deck. It blocks pretty well, and then it just gets me the spells that I need. It even hits the Ashiok. So I'm not entirely sure about that pick, but I want to give it a shot and see how things go. Here we have Gust of Wind, which is still fine in Dimir. I don't think it's the best. Brineborn Cutthroat is also okay, but it's a fine 2-mana play. There's Nantuko Husk, but I'm probably going to have less creatures here. Whatever, let's just take the bounce spell. Let's just take all spells and just see what happens. Let's take all spells and see what happens. Here we have Clutch of Currents, which I don't love as much in a blue-black control deck. It's more of a tempo card. It's still fine, but I'm wondering if I should take something like a Gateway Plaza for mana. No, I'll just take Clutch of Currents. It's still just... Look, it's a 5-mana 3/3 that bounces something, so I think it's still just a fine card to play. And I love this right now. We have all spells. The Archaeologist looks great. It's just a 2-mana 0/3 that gets me a spell. I am kind of liking where I am here so far. Here we have, that's a late Liev Sky Knight. I don't really care too much for Sanitarium Skeleton, and I don't think I'll have enough gates for the Opal Lake Gatekeeper, so I think this is a chance for us to take a Mana Fixer. There's Evolving Wilds in Gateway Plaza, and I'm going to take the Evolving Wilds here. This is tapped. I don't really care too much about gates, and there is a chance we pick up something like a Treasure Cruise, and then if we do get a Treasure Cruise or some other Delve card, then Evolving Wilds also helps with that. Also the Archaeologist, so I think that's probably how you're supposed to win with this. Like I said, I haven't drafted this set enough to know, but maybe the Archaeologist plus Gurmag Angler / Treasure Cruise is another angle to go with this configuration. Here, this pack is pretty weak overall. I can either take Simic Guildgate or Windrider Patrol. I just don't think I'm ever playing Windrider Patrol, so I'll just take the Simic Guildgate on the speculation here in case I find that I somehow backdoor into gates. I'm looking for Essence Scatters, card draw effects, things of that nature. All right. Oh, Dimir Guildgate on the wheel. You'll love to see it. There's also Pilgrim's Eye, but I think the Guildgate's probably better. I am short on playables and I want to splash. This is actually a good question. Huh. Is it the Guildgate or is it the Pilgrim's Eye? They're both mana fixers and I'm short playables. You know what? I changed my mind. I'll take Pilgrim's Eye. Ooh, I will take the Rakdos Guildgate, though. Pilgrim's Eye is also a mana fixer. It's a flyer for the Gust of Wind as well, so I do think I want to go that direction. I don't think Guild Summit's going to be particularly good here, so let's just go ahead and take another Gust of Wind. I'll take Undead Butler, but it's unlikely that this card's going to be very good here. Kiora's Follower. Can we be like blue-green splash black? I don't know. There's also Dragmangler. You know what? I'm probably more likely to play the Dragmangler, but I don't think I'm going to play either. And there's the Opal Lake Gatekeepers, which will also... Grixis Super Friends? I mean, Ob Nixilis' Cruelty might actually just be better. But Jace Architect of Thought is really cool. I love that we open 2 Planeswalkers. I mean, I gotta take the Jace. Ob Nixilis' Cruelty is fantastic. One of the best removal spells in the entire set. But I can find other removal effects. Having another Planeswalker here is simply too sweet to pass up on. Come on. Let's be real here. Let's be real. I just wanted... This is everything that I want to be doing. Alright, what do we have here? I think I'll just take another Philagi Archaeologist. I think it's just going to be fantastic in this style of deck. This is the perfect 2-mana card for this style of deck. I don't think I need another Cruel Revival. There's a Dimir Guildgate, which is also fine. But I think the Archaeologist is just fantastic here. And now we have this pack that's got... I don't really care about Night Howler. I'm not going to have that many creatures in the graveyard. I have a lot of bounce spells. There's a Brineborn Cutthroat. I don't have a lot of instants, though. So it's not going to be particularly good. I guess I can take another Clutch of Currents, but I'm not super happy about the second copy. I just have too much bounce. I want hard removal, so I don't really care about this too much. Here, I will take a Consider. I think Blood Scrivener is quite bad in this type of deck. I'm always just going to have cards in my hand. So why don't we take Consider here? It's just always going to be a fine card in our deck. And we're almost certainly going to be splashing this Dreadbore here. All right, what do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Like I said, this is not really a Guild Summit deck. Don't really want to splash green for District Guide. There's an Ingenious Scob, which is pretty weak. I think this is just a Devour Flesh deck. This is just a control deck, so just anything that I can play early to interact with my opponent seems fine. So let's go ahead and take that. And now we'll take the Possessed Scob. Excellent, excellent card in Dimir. We have plenty of cheap spells to get back. We can loop it with Clutch Occurrence, And Draconic Roar is obviously also a good card, but let's take the Scob here. Pretty happy with that. And then now I will take Rakdos Guildgate in a pack with basically nothing for us. But this allows us to splash Dreadbore and any other potential red cards that we may see. Here I will take Pilgrim's Eye over Rakdos Guildgate number 3 with 1 Dreadbore. this seems like enough, and I'd rather just have a Pilgrim's Eye, as it just kind of gets in the way of what my opponents can do. And now we have an interesting choice. I'm not really looking for the Undead Butler. This doesn't feel like a Dreadhound deck. I think I'll just take Gurmag Angler here over the Ingenious Scob. I think the first Gurmag Angler has definitely some value with trying to win the game. So let's go ahead and take that as a top-end card. And now I will take Dimir Guildgate over Clutch Occurrence number 3. I just think that's probably too many. And, I mean, we're looking pretty good here. 3 Guildgates. I mean, do we even play the Opal Gatekeepers? I don't know. Here I will take... I guess I just need another 2. I don't care too much about the Baleful Eidolon. I'll take the Brineborn Cutthroat if I feel like I need another 2. Although I don't think that I will. Do I take another Guildgate here, or do I take the Scob? I just don't see myself wanting to play the Scob. I'll just take the Guildgate here because we're like accidentally ending up with enough gates here where we could maybe get the Opalate Gatekeepers and the Ubulsar Gatekeepers. If we get those cards, maybe we can make something happen there, right? So these are all speculative picks, only because I feel like I have enough playables here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then any number of these cards on the right I can also play. All right, this is not a Bident of Thassa deck, but this is certainly a Murmuring Mystic deck. We have a ton of spells here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spells. And it triggers off of instants and sorcery. So we're going to take the Murmuring Mystic. I do like Possessed Scob. This is definitely not a Cloudfin Raptor deck, but hey, we're able to pick up some ways to kind of win the game, so I'm pretty happy about that. What does Stain the Mind do? Oh, no, I don't care about that. Whip of Erebos is not very good in this deck. I don't have that many creatures. And so I don't think I want this. I think Possessed Scob might be the pick. Actually, I take that back. I think the pick is Archaeologist. I think this card is just fantastic in this style of deck. I really do. So let's go ahead and take this. It is the 2-mana creature that I want to play in this deck. And then I have, then that kind of fuels my Possessed Scobs, my Gurmag Anglers. I just think it's all kinds of good. And then the Cruel Revival gets better. I have a couple of zombies here too to get back. Now I think I take Read the Bones just because I feel like I need a card. Oh no, there's a Dreadbore. I'm going to just take Dreadbore. We have good fixing here. I'm going to take that over Read the Bones. I just feel like I'm a little bit light on actually hard removal. So 2 Dreadbores, Devour Flesh, and a Cruel Revival seems pretty good. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't really like Oath of Liliana. There's another Pilgrim's Eye, but I don't think I want the third. I think this could be a good opportunity to take a spell land. Although I do have 2 Planeswalkers. I think I'm just going to take Celindy Vision. I think this card is very, very good in Dimir. And I think having my first spell land also seems really nice. But I mean, yes, I'm sure some people would have looked at that Oath of Liliana and be like, you got to slam that one. And certainly some consideration there. All right, our mana fixing is ridiculous. Could use a card draw spell here. So I do think this is the opportunity to take Treasure Cruise. 2 Delve spells might be overdoing it, but we do have triple Philagi Archaeologist. So I think it'll be okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Still have room for plenty of cards here. And hey, I mean, blue-black control, right? Now, if only I can find a way to get back my Planeswalkers, that would be super nice. But I don't mind this. Could use an Essence Scatter. Just random cheap plays would be nice. Bane of Balaged. Oh, Annihilator 2, 7 mana? I just don't need any of these cards. I'm just going to take another Pilgrim's Eye, I guess. It's just another creature that I'm reasonably happy with playing, but 3 might be a lot, though. It does make my Gust of Winds better. So there's that. And it just gets me a land and it gives me something to play on turn 3, but it does feel like you can over-index on these, definitely. And now we have... Oh, there's another Dreadbore. I almost missed it. All right, triple Dreadbore. Triple Pilgrim's Eye. Possessed Scob tabled. Okay, that's perfect. Clear Shot. Pick 9 is also quite interesting. But I'm loving this setup here. This is just straight up blue-black control. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 17 lands and we're good? Yeah? Excuse me. 29 minus 6 gives us... Yeah, 23 spells. Another Scob? I'm going to play all of them. And it does make my Cruel Revival better. Although now I'm wondering if I should play the Gurmag Angler. Like, I don't know if I want to play all the Scobs to go with the Gurmag Angler. So I can see cutting that. I think Treasure Cruise might be better. And I do need to cut a card. Clutch Occurrence is also a consideration. I could maybe even go down on lands just because I have Consider and Triple Pilgrim's Eye. So that's also something that I could do. Although I will say, Triple Pilgrim's Eye, Triple Gust of Wind is pretty nice. Wow, this is just a lot of cards. I don't think I need the card draw here from the Opal Lake Gatekeeper, so I don't think I'm going to do that. All right, I'll take Oath of Liliana. I just don't think I need the Pilgrim's Eye number 4. So we'll go Oath of Liliana here. And you know what? I think I'm going to play it for fun. Here I'll take Basilica Screecher, although I don't think it's particularly good here. All right, we got a lot of cards to cut here. This is going to be interesting, but I think I'm also going to have a lot of fun with this. We shall see how this goes. The only reason why I would play Oath of Liliana is because I have the 2 Planeswalkers, right? That would be the only reason to play it. All right, well, this is the deck. We still need to cut 6 cards from this. Wow. All right, let's see what we got to do here. All right, I'm going to cut the Gurmag Angler. I'll keep the Treasure Cruise. I like drawing cards more than just playing a random 5/5. Think I can cut Top Crop Skirmisher. This Screecher also doesn't seem great. I'm just not really beating down. Doesn't really feel like the way that I'm supposed to win these games. Also want to keep my spell count somewhat high here with the Triple Archaeologist, so only play the creatures that I need. And I like this suite. I like these 10 creatures here. They all give me value in some way. And so let's go with this. I think I will play the Cruel Revival just because it does get back my Possessed Scob. And then I think I can cut a land here. 17, 10, and 3. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blue sources. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 black sources. I don't have any double black cards. I think I can probably cut a swamp. Yeah, and then certainly want 1 mountain here with all the Pilgrim's Eyes. So let's do that. Cards that I'm looking at here are Clutch of Currents, Gust of Wind, just because we have multiple copies, Devour Flesh, and Oath of Liliana. I think I need to cut one of these two of these cards here, and then I'll be pretty happy with the rest of this deck. I think I have too much bounce, so I need to cut one of these. I think I probably don't want to draw multiple clutches in my opener ever. I like the idea of having one to be able to bounce my Scobs and just get a lot of value that way. And I do like the Triple Gust of Wind with the Triple Pilgrim's Eye, and then I think it's one of these 2 removal spells. And I am more concerned about what my opponents can do early. So as cool as I think Oath of Liliana is, I think it's just too slow. And I just have the 2 Planeswalkers. I think it's a cute dream to try to pull off. But 3 mana for an Edict effect is just too below the bar for me to want to play. Whereas I feel like there's more upside with the Cruel Revival. And I like to be able to have more cheap plays with the Devour Flesh on turn 2. All right, this is the deck. Pure control. Let's see how this goes. All right, now before round 1 starts, I just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for all your support, as it truly means a lot and makes it so that I can continue making all of this content. Access to the Patreon will get you access to my Discord channel, along with some bonus videos, which you'll be able to get. So make sure you check it out. All right, on the play here, well, there is the 1 Clutch Occurrence. But we do have turn 2 Archaeologist and turn 3 Ashiok, which is great. We have a nice blocker here. I think I like this. I think it was either Clutch of Currents or Oath of Liliana. Obviously, with this hand, Oath of Liliana would have been better, but I think this is a nice versatile card to have a 1 of in the late game. I mean, I could have cut a Gust of Wind. Go to 2 Gust of Winds, too, and play Oath of Liliana. I just love Gust of Wind, though. It's a really good card, and I think people undervalue the card. Granted, I think I might be overvaluing the card. All right. Let's go ahead and play the Archaeologist. And I'm going to take the Consider over the Dreadbore just because I don't have a red source, right? So let's do that. Voyaging Satyr, sure. Let's just run out Ashiok. All right. What can I don't even know what I can put creatures, right? Did I hit a creature? A 6-mana creature, so I can't even play that. Gore Claw. Okay. Let's exile you. Do we hit creatures now? What do we hit? Conclave Naturalist, Rimrock Knight. Okay. What do I do? I do need to get this off the battlefield this turn, so let's cast Consider. That's interesting, too. I'm gonna actually... Huh. Consider, we'll put a 3rd card in my graveyard. Clutch Occurrence. I don't want it. I'd rather just draw a red source. Let's bounce this. No attacks. Oh, let's just put it this way. Ashiok used to be so good back in the day, especially in the older versions of Cube. For all you folks, before I even say it, go down in the comments below and say what people would do to play this on a different color. The word was, of course, Splashiok. That's how good Ashiok was. Can we get Splashiok going again? Okay. That Clutch Occurrence, you know, it actually was good in the last game. I'm going to keep this hand because I have the Pilgrim's Eye, and we drew the, is it Guildgate? So that was the important thing, finding land number 3, and our opponent also on Grixis control. So we're going to be in here for a while. But you know what? I actually don't mind my deck in the mirror. I think my deck is pretty well suited for the control matchup, so I'm not that upset. I'm not that upset. Let's go get a swamp here. Don't need more than the 1 red here. Silindi Vision. Sure. What is that? Valakut Awakening? Okay. Holy cow. Their hand must have been garbage. Okay. What do I want to do with this? They could have Dreadbore. They could also have Heel Cutter. Do I just hope that they don't have Dreadbore, or do I just get the card out of this right away? Honestly, I'm just going to get the card out of this right away.
Don't pursue that.
And then I'll just keep the Pilgrim's Eye back in case they play a haste creature. This is only because Dreadbore exists in the format, so I just want to make sure that I get some value out of the Jace, and getting even 1 Archaeologist and then having them use Dreadbore is a pretty good exchange for me. Looks like they have a Gurmag Angler or something. I don't know. Maybe it's a Treasure Cruise? No. They have way too many cards. Treasure Cruise would be really bad. Tasigur! Wow. Fair enough. All right, let's tick this up.
What do you think?
I think I'm just going to kill it and just play more things. I can always get it back with the Scob, so. All right, we get back the Consider. Kill this. Play the Evolving Wilds. Now we can attack. And all good. 4 cards in the yard. Treasure Cruise gets better too. We have Clutch of Currents that can attack as well, so we have a pretty good board. Possessed Scob is fine. I mean, obviously it's good, but I'm not overly concerned. Do I have double black cards? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to get a blue source. We just have way more blue cards. Alrighty. So they have Tasigur. Just gonna keep ticking this up.
We both know how this ends.
Let's just get back Dreadbore now. Not worry about it. Let's attack. And then we can play Consider as well. So, I mean, they can play the Tasigur, but they only have the one card in the graveyard, so if they play it, it's just a very expensive creature. We can just get it back, and we have a better board. Dragon Lord Silumgar! Wow! And then they're going to take the Jace and then get value off of it? That's amazing. Good for you.
Don't force me to stretch.
They're probably taking Denrova Horror. Yep. Their deck is great. They have Dragon Lord Silumgar too? That's absurd. Okay, let's consider our options. Don't want that. Okay, let's kill Dragon Lord Silumgar. Let's take this up.
Be a step ahead.
That's fine. Oh, did they? Oh, it gets exiled. Haha. Okay, fair enough. Let's play another one. Let's get back Dreadbore again. We just get back Dreadbore forever. That actually makes sense. I actually like that because you can't just, like, counter things forever. Okay, Denrova Horror into Voyaging Satyr. Get out of here with that. Huh. What do I want to do now? I just want a bunch of flyers in play. I think that's just going to make things really annoying for them. And then we can just exile 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Cruel Revival, although no zombies in the graveyard, but I assume that they're going to Tasigur here. Is this a zombie? No. Alright. Let's just bounce it. Sure. Alright, you get that card back. Okay. All of the Pilgrim's Eyes. All right. I wonder if I can just tempo them out somehow, right? Like if they play Tasigur. Okay, District Guide. I guess I can't just get rid of everything. They gotta land off that. I have 9 cards. I mean, we're just so far ahead here. Like I said, they were playing all the colors, and we just had a far more streamlined control deck with lots of innate 2-for-1s. That's just what this deck does. What I'm afraid of most are the really aggressive decks. That's what I'm afraid of. All right, opponent on the play. Hand's not insane, and oof. I'll keep it because look, I have a 2-drop, and ideally the archaeologist will find me something to play on turn 3. The more I look at it, though, I think triple Gust of Wind might be a little bit too much. And perhaps I should get the Oath of Liliana in here. Because I can hit it off the Archaeologist, and it just gives me another thing to play on 3. Oh, hey, I did mention that I did not like the aggro matchup. And our opponent mulliganing into a turn 1 Acheron Crusader, or our opponent playing a turn 1 Acheron Crusader on the play, certainly not good for us. Especially with a Rimrock Knight. Yep, this is big. It's a lot of damage. Holy cow. What is this start? I mean, that's not really reasonable though, right? Like, I don't think that's reasonable. I'm actually going to decline the Treasure Cruise to make this into a 1-4. Rimrock Knight. All right, 1-4, get in the way! Yes! Yes! Do everything we can to live. That is the plan here. That is the plan. At least it's a good sign that they went Rimrock Knight there. I hope. Honestly, probably just using Gust of Wind here to bounce a token, which is... Oh, wow. Okay. What a good draw from the opponent. I'm certainly killing that Acheron Crusader. Wow, Andrew the Plains? This is just an absolute disaster. What am I supposed to do? Failings? I died to this last time. This is so dumb. I apologize. There's no reason for me to say that. But yeah, no. I mean, they had the best possible draw, so I can't really be that mad. Like, what kind of... Like, that was a constructed level start. Crusader into double pump their Crusader, into pump it again, into Phalanx Tactics. I bet a lot of standard decks would have lost to that draw. So, you know what? I can't... And I'm on the draw. So, like, my hand was totally fine there. I can't be too upset. Alright, couple of Guild Gates here. I have a Devour Flesh that I'm going to keep up. Just for whatever they might play on turn 3. Okay, it looks like they have a Salundi Vision. Oh, come on. Salundi Vision? Yep. Like I said, I don't mind my matchup against the control deck, so... You know, nice. That's called spinning your wheels. I mean, obviously it was like the only thing that they could hit in the matchup, so it is what it is. Look at him go! Spin, spin, spin. Who can out-dirtle the other? Currently, my opponent's winning. Oh, look, a Zephyr Winder. Okay, they do have... See, Zephyr Winder is not even that good in blue-black, so they do have some filler. But they're going to play a Possessed Scob here, most likely. Oh, no, they're treasure cruising. No, Gurmag Angler? Okay, that's the best... That's the best possible situation, honestly. Oh, the best part about this is now... This one goes into the graveyard, so I can actually get that one back. Oh, never mind. Oh, what a matchup. What a matchup. They know my hand, so. Yep. Good job. I don't want to run that out just yet. I want to be able to at least get one token out of this, given that they're Dimir control. Wow. Okay. All right. You know what? I will say I am the one here who's behind. Without a doubt. Another Essence Scatter? Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, they're the ones who are up cards here. You know what would be good, though? Just Ashiok, just to deck them. Because they're going to just keep trying to draw a bunch of cards. Alright, now they have an Essence Scatter. Okay. Doesn't really matter. I guess I'll get a swamp. I'm going to hold this Dreadbore just to, you know, they might just have some bigger threat that I need to deal with, so. Like the Murmuring Mystic, sure. Return Centaur, okay. Oh, my Ashiok, I hate you! Ugh, but the thing is, I have so many ways that can punish them for this. Man, that does feel bad. Oh, this is brutal. I like how they're using Return Centaur. I have Delve cards. I have Cruel Revival. I need to find one of those. 8 mana, draw 3? Oh, God. They've cast Treasure Cruise 3 times. How am I supposed to win? What am I supposed to do? Bounce Possess Gob? Oof. Okay, you know what? Maybe this deck is not as good as I hoped. Alright, I'm going to bounce a Centaur. Okay.
Don't make me turn your mind against you.
How do I do this?
We disagree on the reality of the situation.
Blue and black have a tougher time killing Jace. So maybe the plan here is to just go for the ultimate. And them using a... Yeah, this is totally fine. Them using up Nixilis's Cruelty is totally fine. The fact that they got my Ashiok is the big problem here. What? Never mind. The big problem is this stupid Liliana of the Vess. Liliana Vess. Holy cow.
You should have seen me before the mending.
Oh, this is brutal. Super brutal. There's just not that much card draw in the format, so I thought I'd be okay. No, I need to find action.
Your thoughts meander.
actually try next time.
The question now is, do I bounce this Scob? I don't think so. But I guess my Jace can die. Yeah, I mean, this is just a terrible spot to be in regardless. They just drew so many cards. And they're going to deck me here. Yeah. All right. Good beats. Good beats. I'm going to take this treasure cruise and
It's Cheon.
hopefully it gets me what I need. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. All right. Good start for us, but not a good follow-up here. I am shocked they played Return Centaur, but they had the advantage there with the Treasure Cruise. So I'm going to make one little adjustment. I already talked about this previously, so why don't we go ahead and add the Oath of Liliana here and cut 1 Gust of Wind. It's not going to... It wouldn't have changed anything in that matchup, but I just think having an extra permanent there is going to be pretty good. Man, we were 2-0. What happened? We got out-controlled once. We were 1-1 against Control Mirror, and then we lost to a red constructed deck. Okay, you know what? I can feel good based... Sometimes you got to take a step back and look at how you lost, and then just kind of figure things out accordingly, right? So... All right, let's get the Trailblazer out of there. This is another instance. It depends on what I hit. Do I want the Gust of Wind or do I want a 1/4? I think I want a 1/4. In most instances, I want the body, but this is something that threatens to be a 3/2. So I'd rather just kind of force them to have a trick here. And this just blocks the Slide Runner much better. And that works really well with the Ashiok, right? So, a little unfortunate that they had a 1-drop so that I had to use my Devour Flesh on the 1-drop. Ordeal? Dragon Mantle. Wow. That's extremely annoying. Let's play Consider. I don't want that. Oh! Let's do that. There you look at this. We put it right in and we have an Ashiok for the next turn. Yes. Get out of here, Slide Runner. All right. Now we get to play Ashiok and get a zombie. That is satisfying. Ooh, Swift Spear? You gotta have a better follow. What are all these 1-drops? What did they... I guess they're just kind of all in on heroic nonsense. Which one do I want to kill? This feels so bad, but... I think they have a Sajiri Shelter. So I don't want to target the Lagana Band Trailblazer. Because that would give them a counter. And I'm firing this off because I have the Scob to get back to Dreadbore too. So... Hopefully this pans out for us. We're certainly not attacking, and we're going to get a 2/2 zombie. Wow, we got to... Yes! Yes! Splashiok for the win! Hero of Herois. Okay, sure. Let's play Possess Skob. Get back Dreadbore. Yes, please. What does it say? Exile all cards from all opponents' hands and graveyards. Okay. So what can I play here? Keening Apparition can be okay. There's a hero. I just kind of want to keep milling them, though. Another hero. Okay. Let's play the Archaeologist. Now we'll get the Cruel Revival. No reason to attack. And I'm going to save the Dreadbore. The thing is, if I get this up to 12, or 11 rather, they just have to play stuff, right? So, okay. I mean, that's certainly a good card. One of the better heroic payoffs for sure. Okay. Alright. Now I'm just going to pass and keep up Cruel Revival as an instant speed removal spell. Because now, as long as I just keep up the Cruel Revival... Well, let's see what happens. This could be an Ardent Veil Tactician on... Oh, Fall of the Hammer. Feels like I want to fire this off. Do I have a zombie in the graveyard? No. And this gets exiled. Alright, let's just kill it. And if they have a protection spell, they have a protection spell. It felt like they did, right? But it's fine. I still have plenty of blockers here. And I can still just chump block here. But they need to use all the cards in their hand anyways. Oh, wait, they kept the card on top. Uh-oh. Okay. Maybe Martial Glory? Yeah, I mean, this doesn't really matter still. Like, none of this matters, honestly. The problem is all their creatures kind of stink. Like, what do I even get here? You know what I mean?
Weep and scream.
My Ashiok is so far out of reach, they can't even attack it anymore. It's at 12 loyalty.
What a critic.
What do you even do?
Leave this place, and you won't control your
Demir Super Friends, we did it here. Demir Super Friends for the win. Oath of Liliana. The moment we brought it in, it ended up being very, very solid there. So my plan there was going to be to bounce the 4/5, tick up the Jace, make a 2/2, and just keep milling them. Really, really great stuff from Ardak. And you know what? I'm very happy with the decision to aggressively take the Philology Archaeologist. I think this card is amazing with what we're trying to accomplish out of our deck. All right, 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop in our hand. So perfectly fine curve. We drew Ashiok, which is great, but we're on the draw against the white deck, so not as good as you would hope for. Turn 2, Crawl Harpooner. Is this another 1/4 Archaeologist? It might be. I feel like it is. It just blocks really well, and if they have a trick, they have a trick. You know what I mean? Heliod's Pilgrim is the play from the opponent. Audacity. Oof. Audacity is definitely a good one, and it allows their Crawl Harpooner to attack through my Archaeologist. Let's go get a mountain here with Pilgrim's Eye. We're just gonna take a mountain of damage. Oh no, another Harpooner? Ay, ay, ay. That's a disaster. Yep, we're taking 5. We need to draw... We have a lot of removal in our deck. We just need to find it. Oath of Liliana. Not ideal here. I mean, the Ashiok just doesn't matter right now. I think our best bet to get back into this is by just playing Murmuring Mystic and just passing. And if they have a draw where they're going Harpooner, Harpooner, kill your Mystic on the play, so be it, right? It's an odd attack. I think you just attack with the Harpooner. Goreclaw? Oh my gosh, this is disgusting. Okay, well, at least we drew the answer to the Goreclaw, okay? So let's play Consider here to see what we find. Jace, Architect of Thought. That could be good. All right, we are desperately just trying to stay alive here. We're at 10. The problem here is they could just easily have a combat trick. But I think we just have to let them play it out. Sure. Well, that was going to get me anyways. Honestly, this isn't too bad. I mean, they draw a card. But this isn't too bad. Wow. Our mana situation is not great, however. I could just play the Scob. It's the best use of my mana. Getting back Treasure Cruise seems really good. And it just blocks really well. They have 4 cards in hand. I'm out. I can also get back the Mystic, but that's just another expensive card. I mean, getting back Treasure Cruise with this many cards in my graveyard seems quite nice. I don't know. Maybe it's just Dreadbore, although I already have a Dreadbore. I have more color issues than it. I'm just going to take Treasure Cruise. That's just... It seems far too good here. Because if I find a black source, I can go Oath of Liliana plus Dreadbore next turn, right? And that's fantastic. As long as I don't just die on the spot here, we're not looking too bad. And the Scob also just blocks the Harpooner. And I want to get Oath of Liliana in play before I run out my Planeswalkers. Leave Crown Dryad, sure. All right, we are at 7 life. So So if I Oath of Liliana, yeah, we're just doing Treasure Cruise. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, let's draw Black Source. Wow, we failed to find a Black Source. Not ideal. All right, this is still fine. So let's see. A land here will allow us to get 2 tokens. No. I only want to do it once a turn. Whisperwood Elemental? Wow, we are fighting through a lot here, friends. Cruel Revival is not great. All right, well, let's kill this. Sure. Okay. Let's play Jace. Let's tick it up. No attacks. Get a zombie. Alright, we are in the process of stabilizing here. Another swamp would be great because we can possess Skob the Dreadbore back. Still don't think I'm too ready to play Ashiok unless I just want a 2/2 here. But we shall see. Okay. Steward of Solidarity. Okay. Let's chump. All right. All right. Lots of good options here. I really need a Black Source, man. Oh, God, this is so brutal. They're going to give me Evolving Wilds versus 2 islands. So what do I want to do with my mana? Probably play Possess Skob and something. Clutch Occurrence, maybe? Alright, whatever. I think I'm just gonna bounce something. Let's bounce that. Play the Skob. What do I want to get back? I think it's just another Dreadbore. Alright. They're looking at their graveyard. This is kind of an epic game, I will say. Kind of an epic game. So now I have access to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. This allows us to go Dreadbore into Possess Skob or Cruel Revival. Treasure Cruise on the splash? Come on. Their name is Mr. Jackpot. That was a jackpot. They hit the treasure right there. All right. I'm blocking. Play what you must. Oh, it's a Boon Satyr. They drew a Boon Satyr off the Treasure Cruise for 2 mana? Yep, that's really good. I'm gonna say. Getting Ashiok going does seem quite nice here. Okay. So let's go get a swamp. Sure. Let's go Dreadbore on this. Still a Boon Satyr in play, though. I'm at 7. Let's tick this up. They have 4 cards. Let's get back Dreadbore. I could have gotten back Treasure Cruise there, but I just feel like I just want more removal to kind of keep up with what they have, and I think I have enough with my hand to kind of stabilize, but that I just want to have the hard removal. Could be wrong. The thing, if they kill my Scob, they still can't kill my Jace, which is good. It looks like they have some kind of... Oh, second main phase. Love to see it. No, my Oath of Liliana! Damn. Ah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Let's kill that. Alright, let's just get this going. Wow, double Woodland Wanderer? Dang. Let's kill this too. I have Cruel Revival too. Alright, my super friends. Let's get it done. Okay.
What do you think?
We're gonna lean back on our Devour Flesh and Cruel Revival, and this is our game plan. All right, we have a game plan. We're gonna deck them with Ashiok.
My work is a delicate process.
We both know how this ends.
This is great. Oh, Ashiok. They have 4 cards left. Or they have 1 card left.
Your fear is mine.
I'll always be a step ahead.
All right, what you got? Well, at least we're going to win half our match. Wait, are we 3-2? I don't know what our record is. Never. No value for you. Let's use the ultimate, too.
My work is a
All right.
process.
Boom! Cause of death. Ashiok Overload. You know what? I'm happy I first picked that one. I am very happy with that, with my decision. 4 and 2. Can we go from 2-2-0 to 0-2 to 4-0 or 5-0? All right. I will say I was wrong about the Liliana, Oath of Liliana. I feel like with 2 planeswalkers, you just play it. You probably just play it. All right. Oh, perfect. Rakdos Guildgate was amazing because now we get to play Devour Flesh on turn 2 for their Voyaging Satyr. I called it. Let's slow down their mana generation here. My mana is a little bit weird here. Normal Swamp would be great. Nyx Weaver is what my opponent played. I feel like if they had a Drag Mangler, they would have just played it right away. I'm just going to play the Ashiok. She does a reasonable job of protecting herself. Drag Mangler would be the worst case scenario. I guess they could have like a Hero's Downfall or something. Or a Ruinous Path, rather. Swamp would be great. Okay. That's also fine. They're almost certainly going to play another creature here. Whoa! That is amazing for us. So we hit some decent creatures. Gnarlback Rhino, Dragmangler, and Night Howler. And let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to play Murmuring Mystic. Obviously, there's a really good shot that this dies, but that means that they spend their mana on their turn to kill my Murmuring Mystic, and that they won't be able to necessarily progress their board state. So I think this is okay. They have all the mana in the world, though, so certainly very, very scared of what could happen here. Clutch of Currents would be very, very good if they can play another untapped land here, because then that would bounce my Mystic and then kill my Ashiok. There it is. Ob Nixilis' Cruelty is also good, of course. I can just put Night Howler in play. How many creatures are there? Two creatures? Okay. Not that many. The thing is, they can return something from their graveyard to their hand. I'm just going to keep milling them. Ooh, that's not bad. What can they get back? I guess Nemesis of Mortals? But I can just kill that. I'm just forcing this. This keeps my Ashiok healthy. So if they sack the Nyxweaver, I'm okay with this. And then I have the Dreadbore still, if they get back the Nemesis of Mortals. Nothing too scary in their hand, so. Yep, they got the Nemesis back. Oh, it still awakens? See, I'm not the best with rules. I did not realize that I got to awaken there. So now I have an interesting question. Like, do I just play Gnarlback Rhino as a 4/4 just because it gets me a lot of value? Or do I continue just down the route of trying to mill them? Cruel Revival. Did I hit something? No. Let's kill that. I'm just going to keep decking them, I think. What did I hit? Possess Scob? Okay, so that's a card that I want to get back, right? Is this when it enters a battlefield? Yeah. So now I can use that to get back my Dreadbore if I need. All right. That is another victory from Ashiok. How many games has Ashiok won us, by the way? I feel like it's been basically all of them. 3 or 4. Ashiok is no joke. 5-2. All right. You know what? This hand might be too slow. Oh well. Let's hope for the best here. Dreadbore was a phenomenal draw, so I can play something to kill what they play on turn 2. Blood Tithe Harvester. Yeah, I kind of need to kill that. Oh wow, untapped land was big, because that allows us to play Ashiok on curve turn 3. Like, obviously they could have Dreadbore, but... And they're probably going to dig for it, but that also... Basically, by playing the Ashiok, and if they do have a Dreadbore, it kind of forces them to play in a reactive way to the Ashiok, and then that just buys me more time for other things. Wow, their deck's good. Look at this. Warkite, Firecraft, a lot of good stuff. I don't think I can play any of these creatures. All right, I gotta wait. Why are they looking at their graveyard? Oh, Tasigur. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go Pilgrim's Eye, get an island, and then I'm just gonna bounce the Tasigur and mill them. All right, what did we hit? Heartpiercer Manticore. Okay, Swift Warkite. Does that do anything? Nope. I probably want to get some value, but like these creatures all seem kind of bad. I guess Swift Warkite is just a 4/4 flyer. So I could lead on that. But then it gets vulnerable to Wild Slash. Ooh, Possessed Scob though. That is something I'm interested in. I'm gonna pass. I think keeping up Cruel Revival is quite nice. And then if not, then I can still play the Cyllene Vision. So having access to both seems good. I mean, they have to... There is a really good shot, I will say, that they will have found the answer to the Ashiok after casting Sight Beyond Sight plus Sight Beyond Sight. Double Strike Prowess. Okay. Well, we're definitely going to kill that. Okay. Yeah. Ashiok for the win! Ashiok for the win. Oh my gosh. So strong. 6-2 now. 6-2. Can we rattle off 5 in a row to make it, what, 4 trophies in a row with Pioneer Masters? I've been opening pretty well, to be fair. These rares have been absurd. All right, here, playing for all of the marbles. On the draw here, Double Archaeologist will help us against an aggressive start, hopefully. And I will lead with the gate. I do have a Consider here, but hey, we have a Treasure Cruise, which should be able to turn on pretty reasonably. I will run out the Archaeologist and try to find a removal spell, maybe. That's fine. What you got for me? Okay. This is probably the 4/4. Yikes. Yeah, I'm just gonna fire this off. I'm gonna take a bunch of damage here, unfortunately, but that is the nature of the beast, and I think I just gotta play the Guildgate here. Would have loved to be on the play in this game, right? Just completely changes how this game's played. Killing the Satyr on curve would have been great. But now we're leaning on the Archaeologist to maybe find us an answer. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, 2 mana, deal some damage, draw a card, I guess, is a thing. It's not that great, though. It's whatever. What is this? What do they do? Oh, Dreadbore! Great draw. Oh, that was fantastic. All right, let's play another Archaeologist here. Grow our graveyard here. Get a Dreadbore number 2. Okay! We are doing control things. We are doing control things. Oh, District Guide we do not care about. Crawl Harpooner is kind of annoying, I guess. So we drew the land. Let's just play out the Scob here. And get back a Dreadbore. And happy enough to trade the Scob with the Harpooner, if that's an option. And we have 2 Dreadbores here in hand. Treasure Cruise should fuel us back up. Get us to our Planeswalkers. We just need to keep our life total pretty high. could be a Boon Satyr. Nope. Alrighty. Let's run out the Mystic here. And play Consider. Do they have a removal spell? Do I keep a land? Oh, I'm certainly keeping the Jace. Is this a Boon Satyr? No. Oh! Secure the Wastes. Uh-oh. Well, you know what? Hopefully Jace is good against Secure the Wastes. They already use the Phalanx tactics. So there's that. But this made this far more interesting than I thought it would. Unflinching Courage. Okay. Got it. Block. Block. Block, block. I don't want to block this and get blown out by some kind of trick, so we'll be okay. We're at 10 life. Sure. Let's kill this. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay. Gotta find that Ashiok. I'm digging. Oh, we whiffed. That's fine. We're removing Ashioks from the deck, okay? Think about it that way. Hopefully it's not the last card, because that would be really annoying. But I think we can win with the Jace and all the other nonsense. Okay, we don't need all these Dreadbores. I mean, I'm just going to run this out just because I have the Jace. Play the Guildgate, attack with the Flyers. Hopefully they don't have another Secure the Wastes. That would be pretty nuts if they did. But we've done... What? Okay. I mean, it's a Boon Satyr, right? Yep. Is there something that gives trample? Oh my gosh! Okay, so I gotta be super careful now. I have to be super careful. Yeah, I don't want any creatures in play. I don't want any creatures in play. Oh no, I don't want to attack with the O3. That's fine, I get a 2-2 here. Swift Reckoning? Alright, that's fine. We've gotten our value. It's okay. There it is. There it is. There it is. What fitting way to end things than Ashiok, right? No better way to do so.
I've seen your stream of consciousness.
We have Cruel Revival up as well. We get a token. Yes. Yes. Everything I want. Good game. That is 4 trophies in a row in Pioneer Masters, and we have cracked the top 10. We have cracked the top 10. The hot streak continues. What an incredible run. You know, I thought after going 2-0 and then into 0-2, and our next match was actually not even the easiest. I thought this was going to be a pretty disappointing finish, all things considered. But you know what? It wasn't. It was still another trophy, and I am here for it. Another different deck for us to showcase in this fine format here. Dimir Control, or Grixis Control rather, splashing triple Dreadbore. This thing at common is ridiculous. We had the mana fixing for it. Triple Dreadbore with triple Scob, so just basically answers to everything. And then the ultimate closer, Ashiok, right? Ashiok was able to close out games for us. Murmuring Mystic every now and then can finish off games for us, especially with triple Scob. So we have enough ways to get back the Murmuring Mystic. But we won basically every game with Ashiok, and it was great. And noting that the addition of Oath of Liliana, I don't know how insane it was, but it was solid. It was solid, especially with the 2 planeswalkers that we had. Certainly should have played it over Gust of Wind number 3, just because, you know, this card is good, but it gets a little redundant. And there are certainly matchups where you don't have the best targets because they play a bunch of good come into play effects. And so you want to kind of minimize on the bounce. I feel like having 2 to 3 bounce spells in your deck is good. Any more than that, I wouldn't want to play unless you're a tempo deck. If I'm a Cloudfin Raptor beatdown deck, sure, I'll play as many Gust of Winds as I have. But if I'm a Dimir control deck, you probably want to cut down on the overall number of bounce effects that we had. But you know what? Overall, this deck was great. Cruel Revival, not so much. I actually didn't read the text on Possessed Scob that exiles the card when it rumbles. So I do think this is definitely worse. Obviously, I can mill it with the Philology Archaeologist, but I just don't think this card is particularly insane unless you're playing a zombie-heavy deck with cards like the Undead Butler and the Nentuko Husk. When you have those cards, then yes, the Cruel Rival certainly gets much better. But you know what? I can't complain. 7-2 finish, 4 trophies in a row in Pioneer Masters, and cracking the top 10. Can't ask for a better result in this format so far. But now, where do we go from here? Do we go to Foundations? Do we do Vintage Cube Drafts? Let me know in the comments below. For the time being, I'm doing the 2-2 swap. So probably going to go back to Foundations draft after this. But, you know, been having a reasonable amount of fun in both formats. But I'm so happy that I can draft basically something different every single time in Pioneer Masters and still manage to find a way to win these matches. Shout out to Ashiok. You are amazing. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Shout out once again to all of the patrons. Additionally, check out tcgplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Whether or not you need booster boxes or singles, make sure you check them out and click that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Additionally, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. I'm talking about deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and more. Go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching,